honesty, so that your life will be in your control. Instead of others controlling you, you can control yourself. So that impregnant that you were with, you have to awaken them. You have to give birth to them. The first treasure. Now I'm talking about how to live a holistic life, which includes immunity, which includes wealth, which includes health, which includes prosperity, which includes opportunity, which includes intuition. Everything comes in. Instead of working on segmentation, yogi works on the holistic being. Is called samadhi. Samadhi, not vyadi. Vyadi means segmentation of the life. You work on your back pain, then the leg pain starts to happen. You work on your leg pain, then the heart pain starts to happen. So why not work on the whole body? And that is the art, and that's the science I'm sharing with you. So the first gift is called Janma Padarat. Janma Padarat, the gift of life, the gift of breath. The gift of breath. This is the first gift. And majority of us, we do not know that breath is a gift. As long as the breath is, life is. When breath is no more, life is no more. We get stuck here. Majority of us, we experience the reality from here, not from here. This is the first gift. And to awaken this gift, the process is called sadhana. And sadhana has been given many translations, but one of the most beautiful translations of sadhana is saha-dhana. Saha means breath. Saha means breath. And dhana means treasure. Sadhana means to find the first treasure of your life. Sadhana means to find the treasure within the breath, and breath is the first gift. So sadhana means to find your first gift of life. That's what it means. You're supposed to sit with your breath, and the breath will reveal the secrets with you. And I can go very detailed. Every breath that comes, it has a different element. Sometimes you're inhaling the fire breath, the fire prana. Sometimes you're inhaling the earth prana. Sometimes you're inhaling the water prana. And sometimes you're inhaling the akashic prana. And all these decides how you feel. This is a gift. And if you know these, you can change these. You can change this. So sadhana means to sit. And that's why we call Pavan Guru. Pavan is the Guru. Many a times I've heard you need to be Guru to yourself. Before you can become a Guru to yourself, you have to accept the breath as your Guru. How can you have a wisdom without the breath? So that is the wrong approach. You cannot be a Guru to yourself until you have not recognized the Pavan Guru. You have to sit with your breath. That's the first gift. And the breath will give you the wisdom, How the breath has a texture. The breath has a taste. The breath has a color. But you are stuck in the prison of the mind. You never came down, you never fell down. The first gift to experience life is the breath. Janma Padarat. The treasure of life, the treasure of breath. That's the first gift. And the way to know that is the sadhana. I repeat words, and that is important. The second gift, it's called Prem Padarat. Prem Padarat. The treasure of reverence. Reverence. Reverence is gone. Reverence is gone. We have abused the creation. We have abused the earth. We have abused the waters. We have abused the air. We have abused the animals. We separate the babies of the animals from them. the moment they take birth. We celebrate Mother's Day. We celebrate Mother's Day, but we don't know the pain of the mother as the child is separated so that you can eat your steak, so that you can eat your meat. No reverence. The first is a gift is given. To dive deeper, you have to do sadhana. Prem Padarat. Prem Padarat. How to experience reverence? There must be a way to experience, right? Means reverence, means devotion, means love, means gratefulness, all comes together here. Prem Padarat. The gift of love, the gift of reverence, the gift of devotion. My friends, just imagine if we had reverence for everything. The trees will talk with us. The animals will communicate with us. It happens, those who have transcended, those who have, I don't use the word transcendence, those who have fallen here, they communicate with the animals, they communicate with the waters, they communicate with the oceans. This is called conscious communication. The problem is today you go and do programs called conscious communication. They make you sit in the classroom, they tell you to open the book and do this, memorize this, and you think it's conscious communication. It's not conscious communication. Conscious communication means you can consciously, your consciousness can communicate. They only teach you how to communicate with your head. Conscious communication means your consciousness communicates with consciousness. The consciousness of the trees, the consciousness of the rivers. You know, the great poets of the past, the great sages of the past, when they sat beside a river, a poetry came. And if that happens to you, you are doing conscious communication. You sit by the river, you sit by the ocean, something blooms in you. You know what? That is the oceans have given you a gift. When you sit under a tree, and something blooms in you, you know what? The trees have given it to you because something set in you, something changed in you. Your consciousness expanded to these ancient masters, these ancient sages, and they had access to the unknown and they gifted something to you. Somebody asked a great Sufi master, Baba Fariduddin Ganj Shakar, a great sage, great master. In the tradition of the sages of the desert, I've been talking about the sages of light, sages of well, sages of river. I'm giving you holistic teachings. Somebody asked him, oh great master, how do I fall in love? How do I fall in love? What a question. Have you ever thought about it? This question can only come once you have evolved to a certain level. He asked him, how do I fall in love? And the answer the sage gave is even beyond this question. How do I fall in love? He says, be with the lovers. Be with lovers. That's it. Rumi says, be in the circle of those who are intoxicated with the divine wine, those who have drank the wine, those who are intoxicated. It's called mast girda. Mast means mystic. The English word mystic comes from the Persian word mast, which means intoxicated with the divine wine. It's called a mast. The mystic means the one who is intoxicated with the divine wine, who don't take this as the reference to experience life. He takes this as to experience the reference of life. It's called a mystic. He says, be in the circle of those who are intoxicated with the divine wine. At the end of the day, even if you did not get to drink the wine, you would surely had smelled the aroma of the wine in their presence. So when you are with lovers, You will at least experience the fragrance, what it means to be loved. So that's the second gift. You want immunity, you want to shift your life, you have to learn how to be happy. Don't throw everything to the kriyas to solve your problems. Sometimes you have to change your emotions. You must learn how to have reverence. You must learn how to have devotion. You must be grateful so you can be great. You can be great and you can be full. And if you're not grateful, you are a fool. Gratefulness. Something, there's a whole chemical reaction that happens when you are happy, when you're joyful. And how to be joyful? Be with those who are in joy. And if you go around, it looks like the human realm, you forget what joy is. And sit with the trees there. Sit with the mountains. Sit with the oceans. The oceans are still joyful. The waves are coming and going. The rivers are still joyful. They are flowing. It does not matter you are locked down or what is happening to the cosmos. They're not worried about it. They're not worried the lockdown and this coronavirus. They're just flowing. They enjoy. Communicate with the cosmos. Have you seen the stars and bowed? I have been telling this again and again. This is the way to change your entire life. Your pattern of life will change when you learn to fold the hands in the presence of the cosmos. Don't worship God, please. Become godly. Become godly. And what does it mean to be godly? Respecting life, experiencing reverence, finding joy, sit with the grass. Let me share a story. I know we have time and we also have a kriya for you. I know many of you want a kriya, but this is important to experience life, these words of wisdom of the sages of the Himalayas. Newton, when he sat with the tree, Newton's law of gravity. When Newton sat with the tree, the apple tree, they call it, and the apple fell, and he found the law of gravity. Now, the tree gave him the wisdom. The tree gave him the wisdom. They communicate with you. They communicate with you. They communicate with your being. But we as human beings, we never communicate with them. We are trying to find life in the stars, in the other planets. But we don't know there's life around us. And they're communicating with us all the time. All this wisdom, everything comes from them. This is Prem Padarat, the treasure of love. My friends, this is an experience which cannot be shared. This is an experience that is experienced in the presence of the trees, in the presence of the mountains. Tears of joy will fall. Know that something has shifted. You want to boost your immunity? Reverence, devotion. You have problems? Talk to the trees. Conscious communication. You don't need to search for this. It is free, available. Go. Second treasure. Third treasure. To experience the holisticness of life. So the first treasure, sadhana. Second treasure, to be with the lovers. To be with those who are walking the path of dharma, you will walk the path of dharma. And the third treasure is called Gyan Padarth. What's it called? Gyan Padarth, the third treasure, which rarely people go. Gyan Padarth. You have known your breath. You have experienced the holisticness of life, the ordinary issues. Oh, I get sick, I get ill. You have transcended it. And you have held the hand of love, and then the love picks you up. Oh, the love falls you with you even deeper. You go to the third treasure. And the third treasure is called Gyan Padarth, the treasure of wisdom. The treasure of wisdom. And what is wisdom? Wisdom is not memorization. Wisdom is not level 1, level 2, 21 stages. There are stages. In the realm of love, there's no stage. There are no levels. The mystics, they talk about that. The sages of the desert, one more time. The sages of the desert, they mention, is written in the past. Al-tasawwuf, hakikat, la rasam lahu. Real experience of love, real experience of wisdom, real experience of treasure. La rasam lahu. It does not have stages. It does not have levels. It's an experience. It's a holistic experience. Only mind has stages, Only mind can have levels. You cannot say I'm in level 1 of falling in love. I'm in level 2 of falling in love. Meditation cannot have stages. Love cannot have stages. As long as it is stages, it's still the mind. And meditation means to go beyond the mind. I don't know what is happening in the world. And those of you who understand what I'm saying. Okay. So the third treasure is the treasure of wisdom. The treasure of wisdom. What is the wisdom? The wisdom of the self. The wisdom of the self. Who am I? This is the highest wisdom, Majority of the world don't know who they are. I talked about it the other day. There are two you. One, which the creator, the creation, the cosmos created, and one which you created. And there's a constant fight between the two. And we identify with the one that we created. And we also created a God, Sages also mentioned God created the world and then we created a God. So the creation created us and then we created ourselves. We have an idea which we create around ourselves. We have some protocols which we abide and we don't abide. And according to that, we consider ourselves sinful and saintly or whatever you want to call it. So to know the self. And I'd like to go deeper into this. We are talking about holisticness of life, not just immunity. I need to remind you that. Don't go for segmentations. Experience the holistic of life. Holisticness of life. Okay. So Gyan Padarat, the wisdom or the treasure of wisdom. I talked about Newton sitting under the tree. Now I tell you another story. In the land of China, and don't be scared with the name of China. And a lot of things happening in the media. Okay, we don't know what is right, what is wrong. But once upon a time, there's a beautiful land beyond the Himalayan mountains, we call it the land of Lao Tzu, the land of Confucius. Lao Tzu, he was sitting under a tree. Same story. I'm telling you about wisdom. Where does the wisdom comes from? Everything the cosmos has been gifting you. We as a humanity found nothing. It was a gift from the stars, gift from the oceans. We never recognized them. No reverence, no praying, no love, no devotion. I'm talking all this linked. So on this specific day, Lao Tzu, the founder of the Taoist tradition, a great, marvelous, beautiful tradition. Those of you know this tradition. It's another mystic tradition. And the teachings of these sages of the Himalayas on the other side, we call it. Sages on this side, which is the Himalayan mountains, we identify on the Indian side. And then there are sages of the mountains on the other side. Lao Tzu, the aged sage, the sage who was born aged. You see, he had white beard when he was born. Such was his wisdom. And in his early days, he was trying to find, who am I? Who am I? He was trying to explore the third treasure. He had experienced love. He experienced the wholeness of the breath, and now he was on his way to find the wisdom of the self. Who am I? The Vedantic teaching starts with, who am I? That is the first question that comes in the Brahma Sutra. Atha Brahma Jigyasa. Who am I? That's the first treasure. To know the self. So on this specific day, cutting it short for you, okay? Cutting it short for you. And he's sitting under the tree. Sitting under the tree, he contemplating. And Newton, apple fell. Apple fell. From Lauser, for Lauser, the tree, a leaf fell. And the leaf came like that. And it fell on the earth. And Lauser became enlightened. Buddha sat under the Bodhi tree and he became enlightened. Guru Nanak sat in the sacred river and he became enlightened. Why don't you learn? Why don't you learn? The whole cosmos is opening its arm to give you wisdom, my friends. Please learn to have reverence for it. जिंदगी खुद इबादत है मगर होश नहीं. जिंदगी खुद इबादत है मगर होश नहीं. The Sufis. Life itself was a meditation. Life itself was a meditation. But I was not aware. I was not aware. And these four gifts will make you aware that life is a meditation. Pranayam is happening. Love, devotion is there all the way. Wisdom is there in the trees and the sacred trees. Okay, so that is the third treasure. I can talk more on that. But, keeping in line with today's class, and I know we were supposed to have Q&A, but let me tell you, all is a flow. And if you don't have Q&A today, we can extend the class. We can do it next week. So we will do next week. We have an extra class for you. We have an extra class for you next week, Sunday, same time. Same time. And it's an extension of our sessions that we have been having. On that day, we will only have Q&As. And that's a promise, because I remember last week I said we will have Q&As. But my friends, when the flow comes, when the universe pregnants you, when the universe possesses you, there's nothing you can do. And so let's come back. So we will have another class for you, those of you who have a lot of questions, and I know you want to know a lot of stuff in relation to the Kriyas, in relation to some of the gems and some of the diamonds which I've shared with you, the treasure of the sages. And you have a lot of questions in relation to that, and I respect that. And I want to take all those questions. So keeping that in mind, towards the end, we will have some Q&As. Let's see how it goes. But we have extended the class. So my friends, if you have joined us, please remember next Sunday, same time, we will see you again. And come prepared with questions. Question in relation to yourself and in relation to life. Remember, questions in relation to yourself and question in relation to life. That's all. That's two questions we need to handle. And if you know that, you will know everything. Don't discuss personalities. Don't discuss others. Discuss yourself and discuss that which is the cosmos. You will have the answers. And then you are a seeker. If not, you will waste your time and you waste my time. So coming back to the fourth treasure, the treasure of Nam Padarth. Okay, Janma Padarth, Prem Padarth, Gyan Padarth, and Nam Padarth. So the wisdom in the Gyan Padarth, the wisdom of the self, you know yourself. And then the fourth is the Nam Padarth. Nam means the sacred sound. Sacred sound, which means remembrance. Which means remembrance. Remembrance of the self. We, as I mentioned, there are two in you. One you created, one the universe created. Now you only remember the one that you created. Nam Padarth means you become aware of the one which was created by the cosmos. And these self, this you, this beingness. Na means beingness. Na, ma. Na means not. Ma means the created I, the created story, the you that you created. Na, ma. I am not that. I am the one which the cosmos, the universe created. And to create that, listen, to create that you, okay? To create that you, the stars, the waters, the five elements, the known, the unknown, the whole cosmos got together and created it. It's very precious. But the one that you created was based on information given by others. So look at the comparison. This is always doubting. It is created by your thoughts. The one that needs the change, the one that needs whatever. I don't have these, I need to have these, complain that. He's right, he's wrong, all this. You know who created? Your thoughts created it. And who created this aham? Talked about it last week. One is aham, which the universe created. The whole cosmos got together. The whole cosmos got together. Every drop of water got together. Every blade of grass, every atom in the planet, and every stardust in the furthest galaxy got together and say, let's create it. And they created you. Look at the expansiveness of the universe. The aham I talked about last week. Those of you who don't know, you must listen to that. And then there's ahamkara. Aham and ahamkara, which you created based on your thoughts. So now padarth means to be established in the self which the cosmos created. That is the fourth treasure. And those who have this treasure, they are known as Jivan Mukt. They have freed themselves while still in the entanglement of Maya. The Sufis, they call these Marana to Paila Marge Bahu Tinna Matlab Pashata, those who have died before death. Those who have died before death. You know, this has to die. The psychological you, that is the word. The psychological you, which you created based on your fears, based on your desires, based on what you don't have, based on what you want. And all the confusions and all the issues belong to this and not to the one which the cosmos have created. It is just a presence. It's just a presence. It's Nam Padarth. And having these four treasures, life is complete. You came laughing, you go laughing. And before I end this session and we go into the Kriya, somebody asked, Ramana Maharishi, where will you go after death? Where will you go after death? Very conscious questions. Very beautiful questions. Beautiful. You know, your state of mind, from your question, you can know where this person is. There are many theories and all that. It's beautiful. But the answer that came is beautiful. The question was, where will you go when you die? Some people long to go to paradise. Some people think they have been promised. You know, if you go to the paradise, you know, you get all the good food. And if you eat good food every day, I don't know what will happen to you. Let's not go there. Come back to this question. Where will you go when you die? And the answer of the awakened one. He said, where I was while alive. Where I was alive, when I was alive. Where will you go after death? Where will you go when you die? He said, where I was while I was alive. Where I was when I was alive. The problem is you are not here when you are alive. You are here, you want to be there. You are there, you want to be here. You are here, you want to be there. You are there, you want to be here. You are not here. So after death, you go somewhere else. And he said, where will you go when you die? He said, where I was while I was alive. And that is the Nam Padarat, those who have experienced the beingness. So this collectively gives you a holistic experience of life. Knowing your breath, your emotions, and your emotions can change in the presence of the cosmos, of the trees and the ravens and the devotion. My friends, this is very important. If you don't have this, you cannot go into the next treasures. You must learn how to fall in love. You must know what love is. You must have tasted the tears or experienced the tears of reverence, the tears of devotion towards the cosmos. And that will open up the treasures of the wisdom and the treasure of your beingness and the Nam Padarat. And Nam Padarat also means to have a mantra, a sacred sound, constantly. The remembrance of your beloved, anchored deeply. Somebody asked the Sufi master, Ma'inuddin Chishti, what is a miracle? Listen to this. What is a miracle? And he said, not to forget your beloved even for a second is called a miracle. Not to forget your beloved. Beloved, the divine. Beloved means the cosmos experienced as the whole. Ik Oankar. You and me and all, you are one, is called the beloved. It's called the Paramatma. Not to forget your beloved, even for a second, is called a miracle. And that is Nam Padarat. Constantly in remembrance of your beloved. You can call it your higher self. So these are the treasures which you must have, you were supposed to have. And please work on that.